Hi everyone, my name is Alexandra and I am an LA-based mixed media artist. I do a lot of collage and pattern making. I've been playing with fabric. As you can see, there's sort of those big piles of fabric behind me. And these last couple of months, I have really been rethinking my philosophy about art because I think I haven't been sharing a lot of artwork because I always feel some sort of pressure to sort of create a finished product that is worthy of being sold or worthy of being displayed in a gallery. And I have really been questioning that whole premise because I think art for me has always been a process. It's about exploring, it's about experimenting, it's about trying things and seeing what happens. It's about noticing things around me. And so I really have been thinking about ways to share my art that stay true to my artistic process. And I've also been trying to organize my space for myself to really create a coherent system that I can sort of easily tap back into projects I've been working on and easily communicate some of my ideas and projects. And so for the past couple of months, I've been really trying to organize my thoughts, organize my physical space. And so I thought I'd give you a little tour of what I've been doing. All right, so first up we have all these notebooks, and I'm trying to get better at focusing in on specific elements. So as you can see here, this book is specifically dedicated to exploring color. So this is where I'm starting to build out color palettes. You can see like here we've got some different colors that I think look interesting next to each other. And just really playing with that idea of color, and then using sort of some of these reference photos to see if I can recreate some of those color palettes over here. So this book is set up for me to explore some color palettes. Then next up we have our home collection. This is a concept I've really been exploring lately, which is my home, both my brain, my physical environment, and my body as a home. So thinking about the ways that I've built a home inside my own head, the ways that I've built a home in Los Angeles, and then the ways that I am at home in my own body. So that's what this notebook is all about. Then sort of riffing on that idea of home as in my body, is the Trust Your Gut collection. So this one's really about intuition, femininity, about trusting myself, exploring what I think, knowing myself deeply and really accepting that I know myself more than anyone else possibly ever could, and just really trusting my instincts. And then we've also got this Sea Monster project, which is sort of about exploring this like more monstrous side. It's sort of got a fictional and maybe a fantasy element, sort of sci-fi. So this is more sort of conceptual ideas and then also like fashion exploration. Here we've got the beginnings of our Sea Monster. So this is really focused on that Sea Monster costume design piece. You can see we've got some like scaly looking pieces, some like metallic-y, watery looking pieces. Tomas loves the fabric, so we gotta get him out of there. No sir, you can't eat that. Okay, and then in here we have the stuff that I want to prioritize this month. So I'm gonna start pulling these out. These are pieces that are intentionally put together. So I have like pattern pieces here. Like this is a shirt pattern that I would like to use in a different fabric. And then here is the fabric that I would love to try this on. This is like an old pillowcase that I think would look cool as a shirt. Same thing here, you've got like a pattern I can use for shorts, and then this little guy that I have to decide if I want to try to cut up or alter, do like a little thrift flip on that. Then over here we have the table of doom. So these are all my scraps that I need to sort through. So these are things that didn't make the cut. They didn't make it into my notebook. And then I start to file some stuff in these systems over here. So these are things that like I don't quite know what to do with at this present moment, but I know I might want to come back to later. Same thing here. These are all unsorted fabric scraps and clothing scraps. So some of them are like actual clothes, like this piece here, that I might want to alter or break down into fabric. And then we also have these like pieces that I've cut up that I'm trying to decide what I want to do with, if I want to cut them into patches or try to make something out of them. This is like my current little journal, so I write in here. I try to follow like the Artist's Way morning pages, so here's where I capture a lot of those journal entries. Some books I got from a little library. This book is where I sort of try to organize my art projects. So this is where I'm thinking about like my art career and art projects that I want to explore. So this has like an audit of things I've done in the past and then kind of a map of what I am currently working on. Then we've got this one, which I really like. This is where I sort of explore the conceptual ideas and almost like a summary from each month. So here I have like my yearly pages, some goals for the year, project trackers, and then getting into those monthly pages. I also have these little mini sketchbooks, and I have a bunch of these. So this one you can see is all about color. So I've got just like a bunch of different colors and shapes that I want to try to recreate. Next up, we have my actual fashion exploration book, and I've been doing a lot of work in here. So you can see this is really about fashion in Los Angeles, so exploring again my physical environment and then the different types of outfits that I might wear in different neighborhoods, taking a lot of inspiration from the vegetation around Los Angeles. So that's what this book is all about. Yeah, just thinking through function and my experience here in Los Angeles. And then we sort of get into some more abstracted ideas that I haven't quite organized yet. So oftentimes the backs of my notebooks will be things that I'm starting to organize, but haven't quite figured out how to make a full notebook of yet. So that's some of the stuff here. Beginnings of projects that I would like to continue in the future, and that's kind of what the rest of this book is. And then the next step is that I use my wall to take out a bunch of those pieces that I have not organized and get to look at them all together and then rearrange them and put them back into my notebook for the next month. So thank you so much for coming along on this tour with me, and I'll see you for the next one.